Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host and producer this afternoon, Logan Landers, and joining me to talk about 2024 NFL Draft prospect Jordan Morgan, the big offensive tackle out of Arizona. As always, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Landers?
I am doing tremendous this fine Thursday afternoon. Always happy to talk some sports with you. And guys, before we get started, though, before we give our draft analysis and what we like about Mr. Jordan Morgan coming out of Arizona and the Wildcats, be sure to give us a like, follow, share, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Once again, we go live each and every single week, Facebook and YouTube. And of course, you can check us out on our podcast on the Believe Podcast Network, which is available on all major podcast streaming platforms you can think of. Well, Mr. Turner, give your thoughts. What do you like about this big man coming out of Arizona?
What I like about Mr. Jordan Morgan is that he's a very experienced football player. He's played over 2,400 snaps at the University of Arizona. He's made 37 career starts. And this past year, in 8 starts, he allowed no sacks, which is very important when you're looking at a quality left tackle that's coming into the draft. One of the major points I like about Jordan Morgan, he tore his ACL in 2022, Mr. Landers. But he came back this year and didn't look like he lost any mobility. He made all Pac-12 first team this year, and he's been invited to the Senior Bowl. And when you talk about toughness, let me put it to you again. In 2022, he torn ACL, came back this year. Looked like he didn't lose no mobility and made first team all Pac-12, and that's why he's one of the top left tackles right now in the 2024 NFL draft. He's got the balance as a left tackle. I'll give him an A+. The strength as a left tackle, A+. The leverage, see how he's getting ready to break down, A+. And at the next level, whoever drafts Mr. Jordan Morgan, he can be an impact starter in the National Football League. And by injuries, I see him as a guy that can play 10 years at a high level for whoever drafts him in the National Football League. And think about Arizona. They had one great left tackle that played on Super Bowl teams back in the early 90s, the Buffalo Bills. And his name was Mr. Glenn Parker Jr. This gentleman has the type of skill set that Mr. Glenn Parker Jr., another Arizona alum, has. I like the young man, Mr. Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle out of the University of Arizona.
Yes, sir. Well said, Mr. Turner. I also like the young man. Like I said, first team all Pac-12 honors in 2022. And as you mentioned, he's got that tenacity, that toughness, returning from that ACL tear, and how he's able to perform and do some great work, allowing no sacks, as you mentioned this year, starting every single game as he could. He's got that good lower body, that great physicality. You see it there on the screen. He's always ready to help stop that big pass rusher coming in. He's got high energy also. He seems to never run out of gas. He's always just pushing it to the limit. He can shift his focus on defenders. He's not a guy that's just going to stay locked to one if he needs to. If he sees a guy coming in from the corner trying to get a blitz in, he can shift out there and get to him as well. He's got good footwork. He can finish in space as well, creates good blocking holes for his running back. He's just a good positional runner, great balance, as you mentioned, in pass pro, and just a guy who's got that good killer instinct, that guy who's going to get you some pancake blocks if he can, and just hold on to that guy, not getting a penalty, of course, but just making sure he gets nowhere near that quarterback or that running back. I think Jordan Morgan, like you said, barring injuries is the big one, because anytime a guy comes into the NFL pros with any kind of injury, that's always going to give a little quirk, just kind of give a little eye raise at that. But like you said, you proved that this year he can come back, look healthy, and do some good work. He did great for Arizona. Like you said, he played a lot of snaps for them, one of their better players. And I think that whoever drafts Jordan Morgan is going to get them a hard-working individual who is going to put his effort each and every single snap in each and every single game. I'm excited to see where this young man is going to go in the 2024 NFL Draft. As always, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner, always a pleasure talking some NFL prospects with you. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, go enjoy some NFL wildcard playoff football this weekend, and we'll talk to y'all again on another live episode.